Stacey J here, and this is my studio. It's a bit of a mess, but c'est la vie. I don't really care. It is what it is. Fair suck of the Seth. Right, I just want to quickly tell you something. It is Tuesday tutorial Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. I'm going to do a tutorial. I want to tell you about my dress here. I'm doing my Make 9 apron dress by the assembly line. I must have taken brain food. I don't have to pause and overthink any of that. And it is written down, but I didn't look at it. Anyway, so what I'm just at the minute is I'm going to turn you down to the thingo. The thingo being the table. See? Then I forget words. Now, you know how sometimes you get to do a hem and there's fabric that is actually just too big because the base of the skirt is actually bigger than the fold up where it is, so it's angled out, and then you try to fold up this big amount into this small amount here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So paper, Stacey, give me some paper. Right, here's some paper. So my skirt goes like this. I think my waist is that big. Okay. Get you right down having a look at me. I don't have you into my new tool at the minute because this is thought I'd do this right now. So can I do it without glasses on? What? Okay, so from here, which is your waistband, okay, from here it's 5 centimeters, just over, and the base here, which if you go all the way around and you measure it like this, pivot is 9.5 centimeters. Okay, so that's 9.5, but we're going to fold it up to say that much, up to there. So how much is that? All right, so we're going to hem it. Look at me knowing what 1 centimeter is. We're going to hem it 1 centimeter. All right, I just want to do a quick line so I can show you. So we're going to hem it up to that line there. I'll tell you, do something better, even betterer. Right, where's my pink scissors? I come prepared. Did you tell? Can you tell I'm prepared? Right. So there's my dress, my skirt. It looks like one, eh? This is why I don't design patterns, because I can't draw. Right, down to there. Scoopity boopity. Right, so when we fold it up, okay, and as a rough, so even then it's not going to sit flat because it's on a curve. But even then, look how much difference the fabric is we've got to get rid of is that much and that much. And that's just, would say, the front. Okay, and then you've got all this little gathering here. So if we want to push it down. So how do we go about, what's a quick and easy way to get that to fit inside it? Okay. Oh, I accidentally broke this the other day when I was talking to you guys. I pulled it and it was meant to go the other way, but I didn't. Anyway, so what's the quick and easy way to do and fix that? I'm going to bring it close now. Is what you would put is a little gathering stitch all the way around this one, and you'd pull it in just a little bit so it gives it that softness that will fall gently into the right size. It won't be much, of course, because you're not putting that into that. All right, and it will just fall in, and then that will just spread out and go around in an evenness. So I just thought I'd share that with you because although I am about to sew and there is a little bit more in it than what I would like to have in it, it's got a stretch to it. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a and pull it into place. I need minimal amount to pull into place. I would never do it to stretch, otherwise you're going to end up like a skirt like this. Trust me, if I end up like that, you'll never know because I'll just cut it off and rehem it. Yeah, well. Okay, so I'm going to go and hem that now. Add that to your list of what you can do. Okay, just if your skirt's not fitting, do a tiny little gather stitch right on the edge and bring it to match the width of where you're trying to tuck it into. It's like a belt. Bring it into your waist when your pants too big. Okay, I'm back. How was that little tidbit I gave you? A little bit of tidbit. Right, today's tutorial is not actually about how to hem a skirt. It is how to do a swayback adjustment. I have been requested this, so I'm going to, I won't name names, but I have an extremely large swayback. I also have an extremely large bust. I also have absolutely no hips. So, sorry, the kids are waiting for their father to show up, and I just thought he was calling because he was here, but he's not here. Anyway, so the swayback. Swaybacks are, let's have a look, shall we? Swayback, right. Swayback is when you go in at the back and you go out at the bottom. Now, you're actually going in at the waist. It's a waist thing. And I'm short-waisted, and I have a big bust, I mentioned that. But I used to make nice little pencil skirts and wiggle dresses from the 50s, and I would do my swayback adjustment, and it would come down my back, curve into my spine, right at my waist, and then back over my booty. Now, it always reminds me of a joke. I gotta tell you. It's not bootylicious if you can spell it on there. Anyway, so it is actually quite the sexy thing, is to have your fabric curve into that pit, into that little hollow of your spine. It's, yeah, not saying it's probably best for your posture that you have it, and there's a reason you've got it, and 90% of the population in the entire world has one. So Mum said to me the other day, she said, well, I would have a swayback. And I said, why? And she said, well, she said, I shouldn't have one because I got no bum. And I stood up and she went down my back. She says, oh, no, you do go in. And I do. I go in and then out. I think that's the only thing that gives me a butt, is because I go in. I think that's the only part of me that goes in. Anyway, so I have a swayback. Now, having a swayback, I don't want you to get confused with other alterations. Alterations that, I'm not even straight, hang on. Let me just straighten you girls and guys up. There we go, that should be straight. Right. Having a short bodice, what it does is the fabric, which should be going further down your spine, then to your waist, and then to your butt, that, and your bodice is short, that your bottom is higher than it should be, which pushes the fabric up because it's tied over your booty, right? So that's one thing that's not a sway back. Second thing is an FBA. Now, if you're, and we had a look at me in this top yesterday, right? Oh, this is my, today I'm wearing the Friday Pattern Company's Donny. Anyway, so see how that, and then that sticks out. So if I had a full bust adjustment, it would bring the fabric forward more, and see how just doing that made that drop down more even, okay? But it's pulling it there, so it's bunching it a bit there. Now I've got a sway back, so it's harder to see that that's a fat jack, okay? But that is, and we all saw yesterday how it pulled on there. Putting a dart in isn't necessarily going to flatten off the edge. I should have done a full bust adjustment, but I will be tucking this in, and I will be wearing this shirt. I've worn it all day today. I do like it. I like collars. I think collars just add a touch of flair there. So he just comes in and just stands there. Do you guys want to say hello?
They might not want to.
Well, they probably don't.
Counting down for the man front. I keep putting these little teasers out there, and now everyone's waiting for me.
Yeah, because you're gonna.
Yeah, gonna.
Gonna.
Saturday. Thursday.
So that's number 2, which could mistake you for thinking you needed a Swayback. Just got I'm looking for something. I was looking for something. Oh I just need to turn something off. Right. So that's 2 reasons that you might think you need a Swayback adjustment, but you don't. The third is the ease at the hips, okay? And again, I will try and identify that on me. Again, I don't have big hips. I do have that, I got older now, I've got the haunchy kind of thing going on. But if we have a look at me and say that, so there's lots of V's around here. I've got like that much and nothing's caught there. But say it was caught and it was tight there and it didn't flow, you see how I've got that buckle going on in the back there. Okay, and that's going to do that sort of scenario. Look how big my Swayback is. It's like I pull it tight. There, look at that. I go in. So in actual fact, if you've got something that is 1.5 to 2 inches, I'm going to say 4 to 5 centimeters, that you need to take out of a pattern, then look at the bigger picture. There's more to it than just that one thing. Okay, your distortion of your Swayback will definitely throw out if you go too much. It's like I refuse to ever decrease somebody's ready-made by 2 plus sizes, because it just changes the entire design of the dress. And if I buy a pattern, besides small tweaks like full bust adjustment, Swayback adjustment and lengthening, I buy that pattern for that pattern, so I wear it how the pattern is meant to be worn. I don't take off ease. I like pirate shirts, so much ease in those, right? So what I've got here is I've got a picture of two bodices with a waist and a dart. Okay, that's just to give you a general idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my hooky nungi thing. I'm going to have you hooking over my pictures, okay? I've done them in 2 different colours. I actually should have a mat down so I can do it in a pen so you can see it, because, excuse me, you guys to bring out the best of me when I do that. So just stand by callers, and I will, by the way, if anyone ever texts me and I say SBC, it is standby cooler. Okay, my mum does it now. She's finally succumbed to my ways and says standby cooler or SBC when I'm, yep. Anyway, I'm going to go get my big scummy thing. Okay, so I should be recording. So I've got 2 pieces of pattern pieces that I've done, and I am just going to get another white piece of paper and a vivid, I'm going to use a dark blue vivid, just to be able to see that. Right. So as I said, this is the waistline here, and we need a just a grain line here. Righty, roger. Right, the waistline here. Now the problem is, this is the centre back, this is the side seam. Okay, so the problem is here at the waist, we've got too much yardage. So our spine is going in, here's our shoulder, we go in and then out. Okay, whereas you could be more like this. Oops, God, that's mental person. Right, here we go like this, and then that. Okay, that's rather straight. But me, I sort of go, maybe I like to think I'm a bit straighter, and go in and then out, and then my legs. Right, so there's where the sway is and the apparent issue with the sway. So we've got our centre back, we've got our waistline, we've got our side seam, and we've got our grain line. All right, all important. Here's our dart, I'll draw that in so you can see that. Not that it's going to have much impact on what I'm doing here with the dart. Oops, blue everywhere. So the first thing we want to do is we want to remove flesh out of the center, center back at the waistline, where the issue is on people. If I stop and pause, I'm just making sure I've captured you guys, because I know that people are waiting for this and I don't want to let anyone down. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is going to put our line in over our waistline. Okay, now I like to remove about 4 centimeters. I go in deep, y'all. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to go in 4 centimeters. Okay, 4 centimeters for the other people is approximately, somebody's probably yelling this out like a holler, 1.5. Right, so that's the maximum anyone should actually do. Okay, so I'm going to get my trusty pink handled scissors, and I'm going to go all the way. Get your 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay, so I'm going to pivot, do a pivot point there. Now, a good idea is when you're doing pivoting points is to have a little bit of Scotch tape, and it goes there. It helps you not cut and have that too flexible in your paper when you cut it. So I'm going to cut across. Now this is a woven garment, and you're going to cut 2. Okay, it's going to have a centre back seam. Don't cry yet, people. So nice little hinge. Right, there goes our hinge noise. That's for the special people that like to make hinge noises with me. Okay, and then we're going to go up our 4 centimeters. Okay, and that 4 centimeters is removing that from the, I'm full of it. Okay, the 4 centimeters is the 2 to 2, right. Oh, I thought that was a lot. Right, so that's taking out 2 centimeters from the bottom, 2 centimeters from the top. It's overlapping and disappearing. Okay, so we're going to sellotape that back into place. Now, the part that we didn't alter is the bottom part. So the grain line that is still correct and true is the bottom part, okay? Because what we did was we tipped the top and we pivoted it that way, okay? So if we're going to do the grain line, we have to redo the grain line in pink, because I can. Just going to get another pen just in case. Right, so the grain line is now going to come up here. On that grain line there, and grain line is now changed. And there we go. So that's our new grain line. Okay, so you can scribble that out. That's no longer the grain line. The grain line is, our new grain line is that. Okay, so that's where it's going to go straight. Now, if you line up your new grain line with, I want to find something that's straight, with this, you'll notice that the actual back of this, the back of this is now shorter than this. Okay, and this is longer. A lot of people say that you now have to true it up by lining up on the true there and make it the same length across the bottom. Now, if we make it the same length across the bottom, we will actually be, in fact, undoing what we just cut out. Okay, does that make sense? Oops, I forgot I got the thing upside down. I've never had it upside down before. Yep. Right, this is a drunk drive here going on. Okay, so I take that out. It then comes in my back, which curves in. It's now going in with the fabric. So if I'm putting a zip down there or a back seam, center seam down the back there, it's now going to come in and curve into my back. No, I'm wrong. I say I'm wrong, I know I'm wrong. That is actually meant to go up one more. Hang on a sec. Stand by, caller. That is meant to go up. And I will put it up. Because I'm a tilly. That is meant to take it off there. Right. That's better. Right. Okay, and you can smooth it out because it's now got this little angle thing going on. Okay, you can smooth it out with your smoothie ruler. I'm just going to pin it into place. I'm sorry, guys. Yep, I know what I'm doing when I do it just with me. As you guys know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Right. Okay, so to smooth it out, I'll just put another pin here. Sorry, see how that's way shorter. Don't lengthen it, because all you're doing is putting what you've taken off back onto there. Okay, that should make sense to you. Now we'll redo my whole entire grain line because I'm a twit. Okay, grain line. And then because it's sharpened there, let's just go get a nice smooth roll on, roll out. We go like that. Okay, and it takes away that harshness of that angle. If you have a Swayback, the idea of going for something with a waist property, like a skirt, a dress that's got a waist to it. I'm just going to do this one too. Let's go around here. Right. Okay. Having that waist helps it. Again, we want to go up and move that over and then down. There and then down. Having this waist of a part of a skirt or having a back seam is ideal for anyone that has a Swayback because it is easily done, easily fixed, and you can take it out just by knowing that. How I measured my Swayback was dropping from my shoulder down to my hips, and I took it and pinched it until it reached in, and then I took the pinch. Crass much, Stacey, don't care, it worked for me, okay? And every time I make it, it always works. You don't need the length here because your length has disappeared because it goes in. It doesn't need to drop such a great distance, okay? It's got a shorter drop to it. Now, what if there isn't a back seam? You can always add one, okay? And all you do to add one is you would add pick a seam allowance, and usually most indie patterns have a 1 centimeter seam allowance. You can just add 1 centimeter all the way around your pattern, okay? And you can make yourself a seam. Now, what if you've got fabric that has a gorgeous pattern on it, unlike spots or other patterns that will do something, or zebra patterns. Well, zebras are like stripes, aren't they? Okay, so can you imagine if you cut that down and you got rid of a swayback, which means it bent in, you couldn't line up your zeros, your dots. You'll end up with dots like this. Oh, that's not even a dot, Stacey. You know, and that looks silly down the back of a top. So what if you got that sort of fabric? I could say just don't make anything out of that sort of fabric, but that would be no fun, no challenge at all. I'm just adding my 1 centimetre seam allowance. What I'll actually do is I'll cut this out. Yes, that is Samuel. I'm going to cut this out as is. Okay, just so that you've got an idea. I'm going to tell you how you can actually change that up. Having it still on the fold with a swayback adjustment. I have been known to just put the top in there, put the bottom in there and just done it. Okay, I have. That's more, I've done that on stretch fabric, on knits. Okay, knits are another thing that makes you think that you need a swayback adjustment, but you don't. It's got a 4-way stretch, so your vertical versus your horizontal stretch is making it pull in certain places due to all sorts of different other reasons. Okay, swayback is a swayback, and once you know that's definitely what it is that's causing it, then that's your bonus. Right, I'm just going to lay it on top. I'll get rid of that so you can't hear it anymore. And I'm going to not do any seam allowance, added seam allowance. Just want to put that there. Sorry. Hopefully it's as clear as mud at the minute. I wonder if Chris is going to tell them that I am actually vlogging. Right, here is the one I produced a little earlier. I did it on white paper so you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to put it on top here. Now the only part that wasn't altered is this part here, correct? So if I line that up with that, you can see the differences in what it has made. Now if you want it still on the fold, you can make that happen, but what you've got to do is you've got to add back to it. So if I just tape this down, I'm sorry guys, I have no control over two 17-year-olds having a go at each other. I have no idea what they are complaining about. Right, so what we want to do is we actually want to follow up this and follow it all the way around, but we want to add out to the neckline. Okay, so I will draw them up and I'll actually follow on through next week on how to make it oh, I've got to turn that around anyway, how to make it am I bobbing for apples? Okay, so I'm going to show you the other part probably later this week. It'll be part 2 to Tuesday tutorials, but it probably won't be today. I'll get this first bit out. Okay, so currently what I've just shown you is that you can do it fantastic to do it on any back that has a back seam. It is not your hips that causes a sway back. It is at your waist where it goes in the most. I, of course, stuffed up and did only 2 centimetres. At 4 centimetres I take off mine, which is 1.5 inches, which is the maximum you would do before you start looking at other things. But that's usually without even trying. I just whack off the pattern because it just sits so much nicer. Here's an idea, or here's something, right? So I might have told you when I was making the dress for my lovely client that's in Perth at the minute, probably scorching herself. We had, and it's the same with me, I don't have hips. I go out just at the top of my high hip. Okay, that's where I've got the haunchy things, you know, that comes to us at a certain age. Welcome to the certain age. Anyway, I have that, and when I removed the Swayback from her dress, the whole thing just fell nicely over her hips because it just had that too much fabric in it. It stopped short of where it was meant to fall, and boom chakalaka. It just worked. It worked like a dream. So that was such a fantastic way to fit her properly on that. I would love to sit there and fit each and every one of you properly so that you can go home and do your patterns and know how to do it. But unless you pay for my airfare, and probably Mr. Christopher, because he'll just want to come. Yeah. Sometimes there's things I want to know. I've got somebody asking me a question, and I'm like, oh, I need to see what it is, because there's probably a different adjustment we could do rather than that. So just get rid of that. Anyway, so yeah, I hope that made sense to you. So I wedge out at the back, at the waistline, from the side to the centre back. You don't want to adjust the sides. There's nothing wrong with your side seams. It's just the hollow of your back. And even just, I can put a fist in my hollow of my back. I used to do gymnastics. I certainly don't do gymnastics now. Oh, that probably hurt just doing that. Anyway, my lovelies, I'm going to go. I want to lay down with my little neck support thing and see if I can just, I don't know, untwinge whatever. I didn't even do anything. I did not do anything. And all of a sudden this pain just went. It's not even a pain. It's like a don't turn your head thing. Yay. Anyway, so I'm going to love and leave yous. I would like to say stay well, stay safe, stay warm. Keep cool, keep on sewing, hydrate, and no regrets. Regretted putting only 2 centimetres instead of 4. But you know I'm going to make those mistakes, and you're going to understand, and you're going to see where my logic was, and then where my logic actually became logic. So until then, I will sort out how I want to show you. I'm actually going to do it on a smaller scale. Show you on how I'm going to show you how, if you want to maintain a no centre seam in the back, there is a way. I've learned a way. But 9 times out of 10, when you're doing a woven, you are wanting to definitely have a zip down the back or a seam. Like even the anyone that has bigger hips than me with the Be Mine balloon sleeve, great top to take a center fold out of the back. You know what I'm saying? Because I talked over whenever I say something after I've said my farewells, it's not going to come out straight, because that's when my head goes, you didn't tell them this, and this, and this, and this. Is there something else I wanted to tell you guys? Oh, subscribe. Hit the like button. Love me. Why do you want to leave me? Movie. Go. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks heaps for watching. I hope this helped. Any questions, chuck them in the comments, and we'll see how we go. I will pop this under my channels. Nope, not channels. My thingos and my thingo, that will identify it. Also with Swayback, and I'll put Swayback backseam. Okay, so you know. And then when I do the next one, it'll be Swayback and no backseam. Which again, like I said, I'll do that this week. I just have a lot going on at the second, having my twinets run out the door with their father. So I'm going to make sure that they haven't killed each other and that they're packing up. I'm having prawns for dinner. I don't know what he's going to do with them. I'm hoping he cooks them nicely. He's a good cook. Lucky that way. Always forgets about vegetables. He has a non-vegetable fetish. Okay, peeps. Gotta go. Thanks heaps for watching. Really, really super uber appreciate comments and watching. Okay, see ya. Hi. It's me again. And it's just mental in this house. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. And my ex-husband just told the kids that I said they can't go to his house. They're 17, they can do what they want. He missed the point. Anyway, what I want, and I said I've got something I wanted to share with you all and something that I wanted to say. Now, I have not done any giveaways or anything like that. And that I wanted... I do want to give away, and I know everyone gives away patterns and things like that, but I had such a, which blew me away, really blew me away, such a wellness on my books that I'd made with, whether it was the patterns, instructions, or the little booklets I was making. So I have made up one to give away. It is my Makes 2024. Okay, so that's the front cover. All right, and then on the inside, the second one is my measurements, to which you've got over the year. You can put in your measurements throughout the year. Okay, I think there's about 4 or 5 of those. So every 2 months or 3 months, especially if you're on a weight loss journey. I'm on a weight gain journey. Well, I didn't know I was hiking until couldn't fit my pants anymore. The second thing, the next part is a fabric inventory. Okay, that is a bolt of fabric. It looks like toilet paper, but it's a bolt of fabric. Okay, and it gives you some little squares that you can put. So maybe the sheet, your fabric you're buying, or the fabric you want to use this year, you could put it in there. I've got quite a few pages of those. Okay, that's small, but then they go big. I don't know what I did with the printing. My bad, sorry, but yep. So this is all handmade. Okay, I know it's not a pattern, but it's all handmade, and I'm still doing this last page, and this is the project planner. Okay, and that's where you put a description of what you're doing, the pattern you're doing, so like the Donny from the Friday company, start date you started it, your finish date you finished it, and what materials you needed, any notes, how to sway back, remove that, full bust adjustment required, and lengthened, things like that. Okay, a swatch of your fabric, and if you wanted to do a printout on that. I've spoken to him. He's coming to get you guys.
Can I take the weights?
You asked. Yes, you may. Okay, so that, and on the back, it's orange. Okay, so there is there's quite a few of those. Okay, so there's lots of sewing project planner pages in there to do. And of course, if you well, no, I don't know how I'm going to draw it. I don't know anything like that. And I don't know what the name of the game is, what to do. Maybe it's comment on and bring in a friend. I don't know. I'll talk to Mr. Christopher and we'll find some rules of engagement on it. But I'd love to send that to somebody somewhere to do their sewing. I just think that's quite a cool book. It's not, I mean, mine's a bit different. Mine's got my Make 9s in it. think it's in this one. Talk amongst yourselves. So mine's this is my make nines and makes of 2020. I got stuff in there that that's something to do with YouTube. I got stuff in there that it's different. I've got a different one. I think I like the printout of that better. My monthly planner of how I'm going to go about it, my to-do list, and there we go. That's my. See, you can do it how you want to do it. There's no when you started, what you didn't do, what you did do. I think I like the other book stuff better, but I've already made this, so oops. One should use it, shouldn't one? I think that one's pretty. I love my roses. They looked like roses. I was surprised. That one doesn't. That one looks a bit silly. That's a silly flower. I've not done that one again. Anyway, so if you are keen, keep an eye out for that. I've still got just to colour in the project page, so you know what that is, and then I'd just love it to send it as something I've made for somebody who has supported me and continuously supports me through this journey of ours that we're taking together. So that's what I wanted to say, because I keep seeing it. I gotta go tell these people, go tell them. Anyway, so watch this space. Thanks, guys. Take care. Stay well. Stay warm. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. No regrets. Might regret giving away that book. No, just kidding. See ya.